I want people to understand, because this is something that people seem to be very confused about, that you bring up a lot. So what people hear you say is that I can predict Tom Bilyeu, I can predict your death within a month, right?
Right.
Versus what you just said, which is, hopefully you can clip this out and play it around, that what you're actually saying is the models simply predict when you're going to hit the center of that. You're as likely to be alive as dead. This is statistical over a whole lot of people. This is not an individual's life. This is plugging in risk factors, figuring out what risk factors you have and where that would put you on this bell curve of alive or dead. And it's interesting because you've said something I heard Elon Musk say, which makes a lot of sense to me, which is, if you really want to know whether something matters or not, look at what the insurance companies do. And I think he was saying that in reference to whether the vaccines have any sort of impact on heart disease. And he was just like, watch what the insurance companies do. Now, I may be wrong about that. I want to be very clear. I don't want to misquote him.
Can you also can you also go to Fasano, Fasano and Associates? Just pull up that website. This is the largest life expectancy prediction company in the country. So this wasn't just work that I did. See how it says our specialties include life expectancies? Just go down, and it will show you that they do life expectancy predictions for annuities, for reverse mortgages, for life insurance. This is some of the most accurate science in the world. I mean, if you think about, and they actually put their the accuracy data for their life expectancies on here. How close to the median bell curve prediction were they? How far off of the standard deviation were they?
So they're publishing their data on, or making available, if you're a subscriber or however they monetize, they make those risk factor clusters known, and like, hey, if you smoke and you drink and you're sedentary, you're going to be dead at 63.
So when you look at life expectancy, and I'm glad we're actually going to get into this, because I've never really had a chance to defend that. Like when I gave Dana White 10.4 years to live, and by the way, I've only done life expectancy for one person since I left that industry almost 9 years ago, and it was Dana White. I don't want to be known for being the guy that predicts life expectancy anymore. I don't even use that database any longer.
But it's so emotionally powerful that while I get it's actually just a statistical proxy, I understand why the world has glommed onto this.
Yes.
And I think it behooves people. In fact, let me just do a PSA really fast. I think it behooves everybody, especially those people that I love, that know that they are living a lifestyle that is not good, to see, hey, if you do these behaviors, it's going to have this impact on your life. Now, why do I say this? As a guy who develops video games for a living, I'm telling you right now, anything that you can gamify, the reason I wear an Oura ring is it lets me gamify my sleep. I suddenly care because I can adjust my score, and it's fun.
So true.
And if you can, and Dana talked about this in the interview you did with him, he's like, oh, starting to feel better and knowing what my blood levels are that correlate to how I feel is fun. I like doing it. I like trying to optimize my blood. And so in business, they always say what gets measured gets improved.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good, even though it's just a statistical proxy. It is not your destiny. It is not saying that you actually are going to die this day in a car accident or from lung cancer or whatever.
Right.
It's just saying, hey, people that have these patterns statistically end up with this outcome. So it's good.
And by the way, it's very accurate.